What motivates me today is to inform generally. I am in a privileged position to visually talk about issues that affect my friends, talk about my communities, issues that affect me. I try to use my pictures to try and communicate a message that is diverse, that is able to inform somebody, that is able to educate somebody, that is able to change someone's perspective. So if I can do that, I think that's motivation enough for me to keep, telling stories that mean something to someone. I come from rural eastern Uganda, a very rich, a very colorful community of people. I grew up in a family of 6 children. My parents died at an early age, and so I sort of retreated to being quiet, to being in an environment of myself. I think that built my character as an observant person. Being a photographer today was nurtured from way back when I was very little. My abilities to observe, aided by my abilities to read people and try and understand situations even before I could ask anyone about it. There were so many open arms in terms of my aunties, in terms of so many relatives who were willing to open up their homes, open up their hearts. I was spoiled with love, I could say, because every single person wanted a piece of me, being the youngest of my family. Some of the moments when I was very little are sort of impacting how I tell stories today. I keep reflecting the sense of love. I'm trying to sort of integrate that into the work, trying to use my talents, trying to use my gifts as a reminder of who I am from way back when I was little. From when I was young, I wanted to be on TV. I used to watch TV once in a while whenever I got an opportunity. And I was fascinated by actually seeing someone read news and so elegant. The interest came from there. But then when I was at university, I was more broadly interested in journalism. So an American photographer from Chicago came to Uganda on an exchange program. It's called William Rechtenwald. And so we're having this sort of summer trainings. He requested to look at my pictures. And so I'd taken all these casual pictures. I was always taking anything. And so I chose a very compressed picture and then sort of gave him a slide, and he was in awe, and I kept on looking at him with a surprise. Are these really good pictures? That moment changed my perspective on how I look at pictures. I think my first recollection of someone actually appreciating my first photos, and for me that has never gone away. I did something the next semester that to date surprised me, because when I was given tuition fees from home, I took about half of it and made my first trip out of Uganda by bus to travel to Kenya, because I'd heard that they sell good cameras. Bought my small point and shoot camera. That moment where I took a risk, for me that still remains my most memorable part about how this whole life, how this fairy tale started as a photographer. Sometimes I get into a sense of quiet and sort of question myself whether I'm having the impact that I think I should be having. As a storyteller, as someone who cares about issues that affect communities, I sit back sometimes and wonder, what positive have I done as a photographer? What impact have I done as a photographer to my country and to my people? I sometimes sit back and wonder, have I really done enough? That fear of coming short in terms of informing the people who need to be informed. When I hear a lot about corruption in my country, when I see roads half done in rural Uganda, there's somebody who questions every day that why is ABCD not done? Why is my road not repaired? Why don't I have clean water? Why don't I have medicine in hospitals? I know the answers to most of these issues, but I ask myself visually, just how have I done enough to inform these people? I feel like sometimes the fear is all about coming short in terms of being responsible as someone who is quite informed, telling these people the truth. These are moments that these fears sort of push me on, say, no, I think I'm not done. I think I need to do more. I think I need to listen to people's voices more. I need to project their voices more. Through these fears, I have gone deeper into my research. I have gone deeper into talking to communities and trying to take away this guilt that, you know what, I know a lot, yet these people seem not to know that much. I'm in the process of having village exhibitions, not to sell any product, just beautiful stories about rural areas, and do huge exhibitions, just as you'd have in a very posh gallery in London. I believe I will have a huge impact in terms of fulfillment when I have an exhibition where everyone in the community come and actually enjoy their story. They come and consume their story rather than telling it to people, say in New York or Boston and so on. I feel there will be more connection. I'll be taking away that fear in a way. That is my ambition, to try and take photography to the people that I photograph, to the people from which these stories come out from. I feel they're left out of it most of the time, even if you try and explain to them this is important. When you take it to them, for them that's an accomplishment. You have done something. They can see, they can learn, and hopefully, sort of be informed about issues that affect them. And for me, that is my ambition, to try and make it more community rather than commercial. Once I get that sense of satisfaction, then I'm happy to sort of project that work and take it to any other place where I hope people will better understand these communities. But I believe it starts from where the story starts from. That's the beginning. Randomly, I start thinking about how to approach it. How do I tell the story? What voices do I need to put in the story? How long do I need to tell the story? And so the thought process changes along the way as the project starts. But as long as it excites me, as long as it makes me extremely emotional, whether positive or negative, that's a good start. I try to use my emotions to inject them into my projects. It can be totally biased, which is all totally fine as well. Sometimes extremely biased emotions help you dig deeper into the story, help you tell it with conviction. You don't have to change a world, but you need to change an individual. And if that emotion can be directed to an individual through your project, as long as I feel like that one person is extremely satisfied with my work and is extremely happy with the outcome of my work, I am as happy as somebody who has changed 1,000 lives. For me, that's my conviction.